Hello and welcome to the Geek Show, and we're doing some coverage for Soho Horror, and in particular their Soho Home Horror series. And today I've been joined by Matt Stuertz. I'm pronouncing that
Hey,
correct, aren't I?
yeah, that was
Director,
correct. Yeah,
writer, and well, multi hyphenate of Human. How are you today?
hell yeah! Thanks for having me on. Yeah, looking forward to
I
talking
mean,
about things.
when I saw the movie at FrightFest, I know I'd have to talk to you eventually.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But I mean, it's such a unique movie. How do you explain what Human is, or where that idea even comes from? I guess because it's unique.
So I guess accurate to the title. It's a movie about a human. It really is largely about one person, who in this case just happens to be stuck in a film studio for basically just an evening and some sort of insane things that happen to her in that time. I guess what starts as like a normal night where she's about to go to sleep sort of spirals into some madness.
Uh, well, yes. We can go into spoilers, by the way. Don't feel spoilers within reason, because I think some of them are hard to talk around.
Oh
Um,
yeah, yeah. There's unfortunately, well, having seen it, there, it's a lot of the stuff from like the second to third act is the like, sort of the things that like I would like people to see for the first time when they see it. Well, it's just a little bit of a bummer because it's like some of the most fun stuff to talk about.
oh
Uh,
yeah, yeah. We will get to
but
that.
yeah, I guess I would say yeah. But for people that haven't seen the movie, if you're starting it, ideally a lot of unexpected things will happen. Although I will say, if you can predict within the first 5 minutes everything that's going to happen in this movie, definitely let me know because you're
Well,
some sort of
yes.
maniac.
Yes, you are. I mean, talking with people about their movies, the one thing that's always interesting to me is influences. I mean, not so much the story, but like the style influences. So, what inspired you, I guess, with the way
Yeah,
it was to, comes together?
so I guess there's sort of a lot of different ones in various aspects. So, like cinematography wise, we had a lot of influences to where it was almost just like every like 80s horror movie, but more specifically, uh, I don't know. I guess more specifically for that, just like studio horror is what we wanted to start off looking like, and then sort of slowly turn into like some James Cameron aliens, and then go into some Reanimator, and then
Hmm.
even go into some like Clash of the Titans kind of feel. Not that
Wow.
it's really like visually that kind of movie at all, but in my mind, like there are moments that's like sort of what I was wanting to evoke.
Yeah.
And yeah, and then just like inspirations in general. I guess there's just a lot of stuff from like actual life that I ripped off for this one. There's just so many in jokes too with just my friends. Pretty much all the characters are just like named after
Yeah.
someone that I know, and
Yeah.
they're not necessarily based on that person at all. But I was just looking for good names, and it's like I might as well use people that mostly worked
Oh,
on the movie.
well, yeah. Naming things can be quite weird. I think there's a 80s movie, if I remember correctly, Night of the Creeps, where all
Oh
the
yeah,
characters are named like Carpenter
yeah,
and
yeah,
Romero and stuff like that, which is fun too. But
yeah.
people
I
start putting
I
them out of the
did
way.
my version of that here, but it's just instead of famous horror directors, it's my friends who may or may not have made
Yes,
horror movies. But
I
yeah, actually
assume.
got kind of
Sorry.
confusing on set though, because like there's like Jackie in real life plays Danny in the movie, but there's also a character called Jackie, and there's a guy named Danny working on the movie. So it got confusing at certain times.
Oh yeah, yeah. I imagine so. And go on to the in jokes. I have to ask about the text messaging because
Oh
I'm
yeah,
not sure how you both scripted that and filmed that because it goes at a million miles an hour. So
yeah.
how did
So
how did you keep that all straight? Really?
So it's funny that text messaging, that's actually the whole it also for people who haven't seen, that's how the movie starts. It's sort of a texting sequence. But that's like how the whole inspiration for the movie even came about in real life. I was having a texting conversation and then like 30 minutes into it, I was like, if this went like a little bit creepy, this would be an awesome start to a horror film. So I just started transcribing it. And then, I changed it for the movie, but like that was how the idea of the movie was born for sure.
Oh
But
wow.
then, yeah, as we were filming it, it was really interesting because, it's like Jackie, our actress, is not really saying anything for quite a long time. It's just reacting
Mm.
and sort of like, she's sending messages and like reacting to getting stuff. So as we were doing this, I am just like sitting by the camera, just reading out all the texts. So we're just like
Okay.
going through this long section of stuff, and I'm just like, okay, this comes in. You type this. So then both for the edit and for her, it just made it a lot easier for being able to like know what's going on. But then, yeah,
Yeah.
even the way the texting sort of ended up in the movie, yeah, like I really like how I ended up doing it, where it's just kind of like hits you gigantic full screen. But like we did a couple tests where it was going to be like filmed off of a phone, or like we were going to do it like that. But it just, with especially how important being able to read the texts are,
Mm.
it just kind of didn't work, and it just sort of felt better to just be weird, where it's like we just cut to this tiny section of a phone, but it's like massive.
Yeah, I mean, I assume that's what it was. So, like, what is the term? Screen life. But the fact that you
Oh yeah.
recreated it, yeah. So, completely didn't notice at all that it was recreated. So, very well done.
Oh hell yeah.
Um, Here's a question. It's going to be really weird at talking without sort of the context to pin it, but
Yeah.
the bathroom scene.
Yes.
I've been asked to ask about the butthole, um, which, out of
Cat
context
told
in a
you to ask
sentence,
about this one, I imagine.
she did.
So
Out of context, that question makes no sense whatsoever. But yes,
yeah,
it's
definitely. I'm trying to think how to best explain this for people that haven't seen the movie. But I guess basically there's a there's a sequence in the movie where making some of the prosthetics that are involved for this sequence involved me and some of my good friends who also are part of the movie, making a mold of my butthole in silicone and doing a bunch of
okay.
casts of it. So there may be a butthole that you see in this movie that's me, and
Yeah.
it was a lot of
Um,
fun. It was a weird experience.
I can't even imagine really.
Yeah, it's actually a lot harder to do than you'd think. It seemed like it'd be a really easy thing to mold, but it was pretty difficult. Actually, it took like a few tries.
Okay, that's not where I thought that question was going to go, but yeah,
Yeah. Well,
because
the other thing, the thing is too, like I actually tried to find online, like ones that you just could get, but it's like such a weird thing to, uh,
yeah,
because it's not so much that it's like a butt with a butthole that's needed. It's just the butthole by itself. So like that is just kind of hard to find in like a way that you can apply it to say without with being still a little bit cryptic of how this appears in the movie,
oh yeah,
of like applying it to where it needs to appear in the movie.
and the internet history afterwards is throw some weird things at you. I assume looking for that
Oh
sort of
yeah,
thing.
my from movie stuff, my internet history is so fucked. It's yeah,
Yeah, I can
it's
imagine.
bad. Like no one wants to check out this history.
So there's two things that go from that. Jackie, how did you cast Jackie? Because she goes through the experience, telling her what she
Oh
was going
yeah.
to go through. How was it selling it to her?
So yeah, so we've known Jackie for a little while. We've made a few other movies with her. So she kind of like, if she gets a script from me, she knows it's gonna be pretty. There's gonna be some gnarly shit in it, basically.
Yes.
But yeah, so she like I sort of like told her about the idea of the movie, and I sent her the script, and she was down. I don't think she knew quite how gross, even from the script, some of the perhaps bathroom sequences were going to get. But a lot of
Yeah.
that actually is on a previous movie that we were working on. There's one day where me and David Pitt, my DP, who's also a producer on the movie, we were asking her like, "Is this like the most fucked up you've gotten for a role in a movie?" And she just immediately was like, "No, like not even close." And so we were like, "What the fuck?" So and we had like so many effects on her at that point. It was like her like eyes gouged out and like her face is like ripped apart. And so that just inspired in me like, okay, well, the next movie, yeah, shit's gonna be far worse. And so that basically that whole
Yes.
bathroom scene is just me being like, we gotta destroy Jackie in this movie.
I mean, at one point, I imagine it's just not acting anymore, given that it's the room's just
there's
dripping. Yeah.
there's one moment that she swears she is still in character for, but both me and David were like, she just definitely broke character here, and she's actually just pissed at us. But it we I whichever of the two it is, it's in the movie and it's awesome. But yeah, it's like you only get hit by things in the face so many times before you actually get annoyed.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've got to ask on as a follow-on for that, just what your thoughts are on splatterpunk movies, movies that I don't know how to
Yeah,
describe it to people who might not know what they are. The people watching this, I think the classic example would be sort of Dead or Alive or Brain Dead, depending on where in the
yeah.
world you are. So, what
That
do you think
so
about that sort of
that
stuff?
I love that kind of stuff, and especially when it's from Peter Jackson. Like I like it. I feel like if the effects of it is sort of the only thing that's making it fun, I don't love it as much.
Hmm.
But if it's got interesting characters and like some charm and like cool style and the crazy splatter effects, that
Yeah.
I'm super about. And even yeah, even if like the overall production value is not like super high, that doesn't really bother me. Like I'll take like some fun characters and some like just gnarly shit spraying everywhere any
Yeah.
day.
It's a type of movie where if you recommend it to a friend, they'll look at you and think, "What's wrong with you?"
Right.
And I think humans in that sort of thing. I mean, I loved it a
Oh
great
yeah.
deal, but it's hard to recommend to people who uh, it's more
Are not
sensitive, I
into
guess,
seeing
would be.
some wild stuff. Yeah, well, the nice thing about human though is it takes a little while for that stuff to come in, so you can trick them into thinking they'll it's a totally fine movie for them to watch. 'Cause, like the first like the intro of the movie, I feel anyone could watch that and not there's nothing you would be offended about or disturbed by. So you just got to like
It's
suck them in. That actually is was a goal of mine too. Is like get some people sucked into the movie that normally wouldn't watch this kind of thing, and then
yeah.
surprise, it's not the
It's
movie they thought it was at
largely
all.
in one scene, if I remember correctly. All of the well, as the saying goes, the shit hits the fan.
Yeah.
Um, the themes I want to talk about because it's another one that's really hard to talk about without spoiling it. But the title means a lot, really, doesn't it? With
Yeah.
all the motivations of the character. I'm not sure how we can talk about this without basically giving up the game, really.
So
But
I think I have a good way about it. It's really just like the movie is even more so than like a horror movie. It's just like a movie about what it is to be a human, uh, like or just like a slice of life on like a one really fucking shitty day. Uh, but it's kind of like the way I think about it is like it might be like the worst day of your life, but there's something in that day is also probably gonna be really funny or like something weird will happen. Like it's not like I guess the thing I hate about some movies is when it's just like the entire movie's miserable or like
hmm,
it's funny, but that's all it is. So like I like to have something that's just a little bit more like real life where it's like yeah, you might think you're about to die in one moment, but then like you'll stop and catch your breath and it'll be fucking hilarious. So that's kind of like what I wanted to instill in this movie of like even as these horrible, horrible things are happening, like there's still like moments for a lot of fun.
Oh, I mean, it's realistic as well, which seems weird given that scene and everything they describe it as
Yeah, yeah.
realistic. But it's the realization of the characters as well. It's something that I've never seen in a movie where they're not, despite everything that's went down, they're not having a normal life after this. It's done,
No.
which is a
Yeah.
fine balance to do. So, was that always a consideration having that sort of grounding?
Yeah, I think so too. I think like what the movie was like the initial what the movie was based off just was straight up real life. So and it gets very fantastical in the movie. But I
Mm,
always liked still like I was kind of thinking like, okay, if these things would actually happen in real life, realistically, what would a person do? So that's how I tried to make it, where it's like, yeah, very many supernatural things are occurring, but tried to still have the characters be kind of realistic about it, with maybe a little more stylized than 100% real, but
yeah. Well,
in
it's
general,
like
yeah, keep it grounded.
you watch so many slasher movies, and the countless people will be killed, and they think, "Oh, it's all okay now," but no, no, it wouldn't be.
Oh yeah,
Uh, you have
no,
like the
no,
afterwards,
it still would be terrible. Yeah,
which is a nice consideration to have. I feel so. Yeah. Where are we? I've lost me questions, but essentially the next one was how has it been on the festival circuit? Because you had your world premiere at
yeah,
FrightFest back
Fright
in
Fest.
August. So how has it been on the festival circuit for Human?
Yeah, so it's actually mostly it's just been UK places. So I really love the UK for liking
Yes.
Human. But yeah, we're gonna definitely play some more places next year. But I mean, starting off with Fright Fest was fucking incredible. I had never been before,
Mm,
and it was just a blast. Like I had just so much fun there. Uh,
yeah.
I feel like met a ton of great people. Totally want to come back with the next movie, which I do have. We are working on the next movie, which I'm also excited about. But yeah, I loved.
Yeah.
I don't know. I love going to the UK for my horror fests. It's awesome.
Yeah, we have a lot of good ones. Did it go down well with the crowd? Were they surprised and
Yeah,
disgusted at the right moments?
so a lot of people came up to me and told me they loved it. I got a few people that hated it, but that was fine. I wanted to hear what they had to
Yeah.
say too. But I feel like yeah, the sentiment overall was pretty good. It looked awesome. Got a fun like crowd reaction, and yeah, it was
Mm.
cool. I got certainly many people that were just like, I didn't think that was where this movie was going to go.
Yeah. Well, it's certainly the wettest movie of that Fright Fest in particular,
Nice. I'm proud of this.
which is again, not given any context to this. It just people will think
Yeah.
it's the minds will run away with them.
Oh yeah.
I want to pivot a little bit because
Yeah.
you have a very small crew on this. I talked
We do.
to Tom Bocci. He said he did that a siphon with people. I believe you had a similar sort of
Yeah,
size crew on
Siphon
this too.
was very small too. We were perhaps a tiny bit bigger, but really not much. Yeah, it was. Let me think. On set, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, including it was basically it was around 10 people, including the actors. Was like the entire cast and crew.
Well, it's
So pretty wild.
it's incredible what you've achieved then, because you could tell me it was a 30-man crew, and I wouldn't have bat an eyelid, and I would have believed either way.
Oh,
So
thank you. Yeah, I mean, so the nice thing about this movie was it was, of course, like a very specific crew of people I knew really well. So it's like every one person could do the job of like five regular people. So that's definitely the only way it was possible. And then even with like the location and all of that, that was like a lot of stuff happened via friends that wouldn't have been possible otherwise as well.
it's an incredible location for what
Yeah,
you've
I really
ruined the bathroom of.
we really did. It's funny because I'm actually up there all the time doing just like sort of commercial shoots and stuff. So I see the bathroom, and it's pretty good now. But man, the amount of cleanup we had to do to that thing before it was white again.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine. But sort of leading off that, I don't know how to word this really. Do you think American indie cinemas have like this scale of American indie cinemas having a moment? Because there seems to be a lot of micro sort of things popping up at the moment, and doing really well for themselves. So is there something in the air for
Yeah,
America right now? Do you think?
yeah, maybe so. F- so I don't know if this is thought by any other people opinion or not, but for me, just in movies in general, I think 2024 was the worst year in cinema history.
Oh wow!
And I think 2025 is way better so far. So I think we're on the upswing now. Uh, I certainly have seen more movies, both indie and like studio this year that I've liked. Uh, so yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I feel like at Fright Fest there's a ton of cool stuff. I think
Hmm.
at Soho there's a bunch of cool stuff playing. I've definitely just seen some like random indies that are cool. And yeah, it does feel like various companies are like releasing stuff in theaters even that you wouldn't normally have seen in theaters. So that's cool.
Hmm. Yeah, it's like the small scale of things as well. There's a lot of people who, instead of waiting for permission, they're just getting a few of their
Yeah,
friends,
just do it.
going out there and doing it. Is that? I mean, that's
I
from
feel
my
like
end. I'm
that's
not sure how it is over America, but it seems to be more of that happening.
I think that's the way. That's typically what I've done when making a movie. It's just kind of like either wait around for forever and still maybe it never happens, or you
Yeah,
just
yeah. I
get
mean,
out some credit cards and some friends and make something.
there's no what was it? The Canadian Film Office that just financed a load of the
Yeah,
weirdest David Cronenberg movies.
yeah,
There's
for real.
nobody who's going to say, okay, you can do this weird stomach baby thing
Yeah.
movie like The Brood. You just got to go out there and do it. So it's quite inspirational. I don't want to make it about myself, but making the first steps, so seeing people who can do it without all of the system, just go
Oh yeah.
out there, do it themselves. It's really inspirational, I think. So, uh,
Oh cool. Yeah, I think it's really just like about knowing good people that can
hmm,
help you make the thing. I
yeah,
think from my
it is.
experience,
Uh,
it's just like if you got a great team of awesome people, then it's a lot easier to make something cool.
um, but as far as humans shown, it's shown recently at the Grim Online Festival,
Yeah.
Grim Up North,
So
sorry,
yeah, it's
Online
doing
Festival,
Grimfest next month, in
and
December,
Soho. Uh,
and then Soho.
Tomorrow,
Yeah.
as of recording, I think.
Yeah.
So after these two, what's next for Human?
So we're talking with some distribution people that I can't say what ones, but they are cool. So hopefully hopefully that will be fully finalized and stuff soon. And I think there's a few other festivals we would like to play at. So that I also can't say anything about yet. So basically nothing that I can actually say anything about. But I think we're gonna
Yeah,
have a
of
cool
course.
release. There's we're selling some Rocks Are Cool t-shirts. The Rocks Are Cool video game will be out at some point, which is also part of the movie. And at some point also there'll be like a vinyl for the soundtrack.
Oh wow.
We've got really sick poster art that I have, but I we just haven't released it yet. But I'm excited for that to come out as well. So yeah, a lot of cool like promotional or just like materials for the movie and the release itself.
Yeah, the rocks are cool thing is so another one of those weird things out of context. But yeah,
Oh
it's
yeah, so that's it's just rocks are cool being such a big part of the movie is just such like I don't know. I think it makes the movie just what it is as far as the spirit of the movie goes, because it's just such a random inside joke that as soon as that I actually believe I found out about on when we were on Tom Bocci's Siphon, but because Jackie was on that for a little bit too, and she's basically just told us about this thing that is it. You'll see if you watch the movie, and it's in the credits. But as soon as she showed it to us, we were just all dying, and I literally wrote down in like a notes or something of like, got to use rocks are cool in something stupid, like to make fun of Jackie or something like that.
Okay.
And then so yeah, and then so I like wrote it into the movie, and then like we got David Pitt made the shirt, and then even the game was the thing that came later. But that also just it amused me.
Yeah, I was stunned honestly when I learned it was a game. I thought it was an in joke, but there it is on
Oh
Steam.
yeah,
At the end credits, it says "wishlist this game," and I
yeah.
was like,
I
"Wow,
need to.
okay."
It's actually it's been done for a long time. I just haven't actually released it because there's like a few final steps I gotta go just to make sure all the Steam stuff works. But yeah, it's a real game. It's done.
Yeah,
It's I mean it's a pretty simple
congratulations.
game, but
Yeah,
it's I think it's fun.
yeah. I mean, making a video game and movies. Yeah, congratulations on that. That's very good
Oh,
stuff.
thanks. Yeah, but yeah, it's just like
Um,
I just love that the movie is just so like full of this kind of weirdness that it was kind of a perfect
yeah.
thing to also have be a part of it. I
Um,
love there's actually I can't remember if it was like I believe it was some review that mentioned like having one of the most like blatant self-product advertising moments in any movie than it was the rocks are cool stuff that pops up, and it made me laugh. They
uh,
weren't like shitting on the movie, but it was a really funny phrasing that I loved.
I think that was actually mine.
Oh shit! Well, you know what? Good on that. I really like that.
Yeah. Um, yeah, it
That's
wasn't
funny.
in a negative comment, but yeah, it was just
Yeah,
an observation.
yeah.
Yeah, so I know you can't mention anything about what you're doing next, but it's always nice to ask. Are you working on anything coming up to
Yeah,
follow
I've
Human?
got what ideally the next movie will be. Um, I guess all I'll say is it's if you like 10 Things I Hate About You and you also love weird horror movies, this is a movie for you.
Um, that's a crossover that I never thought would
Oh yeah.
happen.
It's I mean I wrote it, so I'm biased of course, but it's pretty fucking fun. And it sort of like takes everything I love about a lot of movies from like the 90s to early 2000s and combines them into one movie. Uh, but yeah, uh, the 10 things reference as it is no lie. It really was a big inspiration.
Oh, yeah. It was the last time when rom coms were any good, really. That sort of early noughties.
It really was, yeah.
Period.
I actually was watching a lot of them while I was working on the script and doing some polishing, and it was like, man, these are like 10 out of 10 movies for me. They're so good.
Yeah, it was with the podcast they do on the side. It did like so many of them. What was it? It wasn't Mean Girls. Clueless. Watched Clueless again for the
Oh
first time
yeah,
in many years, and wow, this is really good. I know I'll lose all sort of like credentials as a horror fan saying I like Clueless, but I'm just
man.
gonna say
See, I you get props from me because yeah, I mean some of my favorite movies I've watched all year were like 10 Things I Hate About You. Then yeah, like Fast Times at Ridgemont High, Not Another Teen Movie. Uh, Honestly, a lot of it was not horror. Did just watch Speed a couple weeks ago, which
yeah.
continues to be a 10 out of 10.
It's been many a year since I've seen that, but anyway,
It
check out.
holds up.
Oh
It's
well, yeah.
pretty much still a perfect movie in 2025.
I don't know about the sequel. The sequel might not be as
Speed 2 Cruise Control, imagine is not. I didn't rewatch that one, but I imagine it's not a 10 out of 10.
no, no. But yes, Human will be playing the Soho Horror as we speak tomorrow. So that's the Thursday as part of that online slate.
Thursday, yeah, the 27th.
Yes, so good luck with that. And
Oh, yeah,
thank you very much for your time, and good luck with Human, wherever it ends up, festival wise or distribution.
yeah, thanks for having me on. It was fun. And for sure want to come back on, either just to randomly talk about movies that are not mine, or for the next one.
Yeah, always welcome back on. So yeah,
Hell yeah.
thank you very much.